Good evening, everybody, and welcome back again with another live show on the channel. It is match preview for the game on Sunday between Newcastle United against Manchester City. 4:30 kickoff at St James's Park, and I've got Martin with me from the Mancunian Way channel. How's it going, Martin?
Yeah, not bad. I've just realised I spelt that wrong, Ganna. That's no good. The spelling's gone all to pot, eh? There you go.
I'm sure we've all done that before. Anyways, as well. So there you are. But guys, if you do enjoy this live preview, of course, please do stick the thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, of course, if you are new to the channel, or if you're not yet subscribed and you're enjoying the content. If you would like to donate to the channel, of course, Super Chat is available as well. And if you'd like to become a member as well of the channel, you can click the join button as well. And feel free to get your comments in the live chat as well. So, well, Martin, it's a very interesting game on Sunday for both teams, actually, who have started the season, of course, unbeaten, not conceded any goals as well. So, how do you think this game's going to go on Sunday for both teams?
Like you said, something's got to give. Something's got to give in it, in the, as we've called it, the Oil Classico.
Yes.
I'm intrigued by it. Because from the City perspective, we're all thinking this is now our toughest game so far.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping Newcastle don't approach it the same way West Ham and Bournemouth did. Because West Ham really surprised me on their whole setup. And to be honest, I think from a City perspective, I think we're going to see that a lot this year, where everyone just, it sounds really daftest, but it looks like a lot of teams are already beaten and they've given up by the time we've even got on the pitch.
Yep.
And it doesn't make it a good spectacle at all.
No.
It's great winning 4-5-0, but you want a bit of interest in the game. You don't want to wait 40 minutes and the game's dead and over with.
Oh, no,
I don't want that. It's not good. It's not.
Yeah, I mean, I see that. Like, of course, that what happened against Bournemouth. For you scored 3-0 up in the first half, and Bournemouth just didn't have any answer to coming back, not even in the second half, did they?
Well, it's like West Ham. They had, take the first 5 minutes out, and West Ham didn't even bother.
I heard about that as well, which I was very, very surprised with.
And we were all thinking that is like one of the toughest opening games you can get West Ham away, and it's complete opposite.
Yeah, I mean, it absolutely would be, but I think this could be a cracking game.
Yeah,
on Sunday. I mean, of course, both of us have beaten. Of course, Man City have won 2 games out of 2. Newcastle won the one, but drawn the other one against Brighton, of course, last week, which was a very tough game for us. But they really dominated us, particularly in the second half. First off, we gave it a real good go of ourselves, but we couldn't find the back of the net. But never mind. But I would have said if I'd taken 2 points from 4 points from 2 games this season, I would have snapped anyone's hand off, I must admit, because the way we started last season was absolutely abysmal and we were going absolutely nowhere at the moment of time. But, we'll wrap through some comments. Well, Leaves just said the old derby, as the jealous fans would say. Yep. Hi, Bob. I hope you're well. Looks like an interesting show it is as well. Of course, Martin, what do you make of that man so far since he's come into the football club?
That's a flop. Total flop. Forget about him. Nice. It is for me. I mean, we said it for over a year on our channel. We were confident he was going to come. Yeah. And we thought he would be the next. He's like the piece of the puzzle that you want. For us, from the fans' perspective, it took us to that next level. Because City have never really gone out and bought a superstar. We did Rubinho kind of at the start, but we never went out and bought a world ready-made superstar. It was always the next level down, and we built them into world-class players. You know, like Aguero, KDB, they were not world-class when we bought them. Everyone was mocking us, going 50-odd million on De Bruyne, he mad. And now he's worth 150 million. So that's what City were very good at. It was picking the sort of players that weren't quite at world class, and we built them up. This is a bit more of a statement of intent, and the price. I mean, I think it's steal of the summer. Where are
I
you going to
believe it
get a
is.
striker for 51 million quid?
I mean, you've got to now pay well over the odds for them now, which is we're still in the hunt for a strike, and it's proven to be a little bit difficult for us. But yeah, and it's about who's available out there as well. But I think you've done magnificent to get Haaland as well. Do you think Gabriel Jesus is a bit of a loss, or do you think Haaland can step in and do that now?
His work rate is a loss.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say his goal scoring is a loss because he didn't score bags and bags of goals for us.
He didn't, did he?
He was stop-start, Gabby. He'd score 2 or 3 in a game, then the next game score a couple, then the next game maybe 1, and then go on a drought for 3 months. And that's not good enough for a Manchester City caliber striker at that time. And he had to go on the wing, which was really, really effective, I thought, because he was really good in like your Liverpool games. Or if you look at what Pep did with Gabby, he played him in particular opponents at particular times. So if he needed that work rate, that tracking back, Gabby was your man. But listen, there's not one City fan who is got any anger, hatred towards Gabby. We wished him all the best, and I hope he absolutely flies at Arsenal because he deserves it. He deserves to be playing week in, week out. That's the problem. And you will get to that stage eventually where you sat going, you can't keep sticking that caliber on a bench and going, yeah, it's all right. Because especially in a World Cup year, just can't do it. I think you've seen, especially this summer, you've seen a lot more substituted players or players who are not always regulars moving because they have to get into the World Cup squads.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's got himself a couple of goals at Arsenal, even though he didn't score his first game. But because, Man City, they did have to play with an out-and-out striker, particularly a lot last season. And it was enough for them to win the title again. So,
top goal scorers across all 5 top European divisions. Without a nine. It's madness, isn't it? It is madness when you actually look at it in the light of day. 100 goals and you're like, what?
Yeah,
madness.
I mean, what do you make of this whole? I don't know if you've heard about it. This Miguel Almiron and the whole Jack Grealish that was going around on social media. Like, I think Jack Grealish was having a little dig. I don't know if you caught something about that.
No, I'm not. I've heard some. It was about Grealish. I didn't know who it was with. I didn't know it was with Almiron. That's the thing with social media now, isn't it? These footballers have now got access to. It's good and it's bad. So where we've now got more access to the players than we probably had via social media.
Yeah,
but that's when the keyboard warriors come out to play and think they can say, and then the players fight back. And to me, I mean, have you seen that Enrique used to play for Liverpool, fullback?
Oh, yeah, he's former player for us as well.
Yeah, he was with you, wasn't he, and then went to Liverpool. But it's like he's the gobbiest person ever on social media. I always think he's like Liverpool's PR guy, the way he talks about them. So it's I don't know the full story with Almiron. I don't know if you want to fill me in, but Grealish is like that. He can be a little bit feisty, I think. I mean, you've seen him on the pitch. He wants to fight everyone.
I mean, what do you make of his time at Manchester City? Because I think I've seen more disappointments on the pitch than I've got to admit. I don't think he started the season off well. I thought in the Community Shield, I thought he was dreadful.
Yeah, it was great pre-season against Club America and Bayern Munich. He ran them ragged. Mm-hmm. We all thought he's on fire. Again, Community Shield, a few didn't play well. It wasn't. The trouble is with Grealish, everyone looks at his price tag.
Yeah.
And they're going, right, I expect to have a 100 million player. What people have to remember with Jack Grealish is he's completely having to change his game around.
Mm.
You go from Aston Villa, you are the main guy, the man who was given the freedom of Villa Park, to a Manchester City team where you're suddenly surrounded. Yeah, you're a £100 million player, but you've got £150 million player up, next year, £200 million striker up front with you. So it's a different ball game, and he can't do what he does. We know Pep's possession pass. That's not Grealish's game. Grealish is get the ball, run with it.
Yep.
And he said himself, he's still learning. Anyone who comes into a Pep team literally will take 12 months to just get established with the system, because it's so much different.
Yeah, it really, really is. White Trout says, what's this Bruno Madrid nonsense? It's a load of crap. I mean, Eddie House come out and said that Bruno is not going anywhere at this moment in time because Man United are on the verge of signing their midfielder. I forgot his name.
I don't know what's happening anymore. We can now seeing Casemiro go over the road. I'm shell shocked at anybody going anywhere now. That has completely chopped me. That A, he's doing that. B, he's going there, and C, why? I don't get why he's done it. But so I'm not bringing anything out anymore in this transfer window for anyone anymore.
I mean, anyone could be going anywhere. If there's one to tell you just know what the next one could be.
Listen, if they want to pay £500,000 to a 31-year-old, fair enough, let them do it. That's their business. But Madrid, they'll need to buy somebody. I didn't know they'd gone after Bruno or they'd been linked with Bruno, but I don't see Bruno leaving. What, after 6 months? No.
I mean, but what do you make of Bruno's? What do you make of Bruno since he's come to Newcastle? I mean,
good player.
Very
good player. Looks bagged of energy, confident on the ball, gives you a different outlook, lifts the crowd up straight away, which you know yourself, when that crowd's rocking at St. James's Park, it's up there as one of the best in the country. So when, I always look at Newcastle fans very similar to City fans. You like a player on the edge of the seat. You like a player that gets you off your seat and you're going, oh, and you're like, oh, look at him.
Yeah.
And, going back to your Keegan days, that's why we've both been through the Kevin Keegan era. So, and we all know what that. So, I mean, I really, it's whether you can build on him now. I'm a little bit shocked. You've not. I mean, you could probably tell me about your window. I'm a little bit shocked. I'm not shocked a little bit in it at the moment.
I mean, we've done well to get some players in through the door because last summer was an absolute farce. We only got Joe Willock on a permanent deal, and we couldn't bring anyone else in. We couldn't even bring a loan signing on the final day. We couldn't get Hamza Chowdhury over the line, and that's how bad it was. But January, I thought we were very good in getting Trippier, Bruno, Matty Target on loan, which turned into a permanent deal in the summer. Dan Burn has been brilliant at centre back. I think Botman's now going to be a big bit of fresh air at the back as well. I thought he was very good in his game, but we do really need a couple of more players in the attack. That's why we're still lacking a little bit. It's just far as I'm concerned. So delight we've got some players in, but on the bit of a frustrating bit, we do need a couple of more players in, which I'm confident. I think we can still get them through. I mean, Eddie Howe will no doubt have said to the owners, I need a couple of more players in. I think because on the right-hand side, we do have lacked a little bit. Callum Wilson, it's hard to keep him fit for a full season. That's my concern. And I don't think I can see him stay fit for a full season. That's my concern with Wilson. But you never know.
No.
That is the issue. I'm up to with me comments. Dave says, what do you make of from fans having a soft spot for us, now hating us who owns us? Well,
get used to it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
get used to it, because trust me, that was us.
Yep.
You are on the journey that we've been down. It's just, it'll come.
Yeah. It's good. David says it's going to be a very hard game tomorrow. City will target Bruno as well, like Brighton, and give him no time, but hopefully we'll dig in, battle hard, and get something. Again, it is going to be a tough game, but of course, I think David's made a point. City are going to look to identify Bruno as a threat from us because he's been that good of a side in midfield. Again, he's hold a play on the ball. When he's on the ball, no one can stop him half the time on the ball.
It depends if you can get the ball.
Yeah.
That's not being arrogant or anything. The big thing City have is they play keep ball, and they'll play keep ball all day because it's a really simple tactic when you think about it. You ain't got the ball, you can't hurt us.
Yeah,
that's why you see us just knocking the ball around the back sometimes because it's just sat there, and you can hear crowds getting frustrated with it, and they're like, oh, come on, you want to. And then the reason it's done it is we move around the back is it pushes your guys forward, and then it leaves space in behind, and that's when we go then. That's why there's so much emphasis put on possession at Manchester City.
Yep. I mean, ASM could be another target they're looking to identify. Maximan, obviously, as well. What about Joe Linton? You mean he was never a striker for us, but Eddie Howe tweaks his position, knocks him into midfield, and he looks another player that's really changed as well. What do you make about that?
Eddie Howe's, he's actually surprised me, if I'm honest. I think you were on our channel last season when I was saying he has surprised me at the how quickly he settled into the job in terms of. I did think, and I think I said this to you last year on our channel, that I thought he was a sort of stopgap to get you to the next sort of level, very much like we were with Mark Hughes.
Mm-hmm.
But that may not be the case because he's doing very well. And the one thing I think you're going to get with him, he's not going to go out and demand, I want 300 million to spend. No. I think if they say to him, listen, we've got 100 million and that's it, he won't kick off, he won't scream.
No, he won't.
The best out of that 100 million and push you forward. It's a double-edged sword because if you go and get a top manager, he's going to want top players, which then demand a top transfer target and top transfer budgets. And Newcastle at the moment are not at that stage where they can go, right, here's 300 million, let's go. You will get there, but you're not there yet. So it's a double-edged sword. So at the moment,
I totally agree.
He's doing a marvelous job.
I
really do.
I mean, he's got like some players, other players as well, who are really low on confidence, and he's been down to work with them, whether it's together with the other players or just on a one-to-one basis. As well, I think Kraft's definitely been one of them. As well, he wasn't really hired when he was brought in under Steve Bruce at the time, but again, a lot of these players were Bruce. They didn't understand the style of football. They're listening to what Eddie Howe is doing, and they're listening and they're adapting to what he can try and do with these current players as well. But we know we will still want a few more in. But here we are. Where I'm up to with Mimi comments. Louis, good evening. Hope you're well. Should we buy Paqueta ASAP, or Madrid may buy him before us as well? That's a player we've been linked with. But Man City, you've also been linked with Paqueta as well, and I think he is quality as well, Paqueta.
I'll be honest. He was linked to be the Bernardo Silva replacement. Silva ended up going off to Barcelona. Now, obviously, that deal's not going to happen now.
Yeah, I've heard
so that. You're now at where Paqueta was going to be the guy to come in for us. That's not going to be the case. I know Leon are in a bit of a financial mess, which is why you saw Hossein Aouar go out for peanuts compared to what he's been linked with over the last 12, 24 months. So, yeah, we can get, I mean, the price we were quoted was something like 70, 80 million when we went anywhere near him. So, it won't be cheap. He's not going to be cheap to get out the door.
Yeah, I mean, there has been rumours that he could go round about the 30 mark, but we don't know how true that is.
No, well, when we went for him, we were starting price was 60 or 65, and then that was upwards from there to the 70, 80 million mark.
No, well, yeah. Yeah, Liv says we need a striker and a winger. Yeah, we still. I think this is a question for you, Martin. How long have you been supporting City? Was you a City fan in the League One and Championship days?
Nah, 10 years, that's it, mate. Glory on him. Well. No, I've seen it first game, 1989. Season ticket holder for over 30 years. So, yeah, been there, done it. Worn the T-shirt. I'm one of the dinosaur legacy fans that we get called now. by some of our own, and then our own owners called us legacy customers and fans now. So yeah, I'm one of the old dogs.
Oh, City's high press will probably cancel Bruno out. They could do. It's a couple of things. That's Luca. I hope you're well. Eddie Howe to be our Kevin Keegan. I love Eddie Howe. I think he's very honest when it comes to things. He's not going to give too much away, which I like to hear as well. So, I mean, do you think, I know Man City do play 4-4-3-3, and we also play 4-3-3. Do you think both teams are going to go with that formation, or would you say one of them might change around? I think Man City will most likely stick with 4-3-3, but would Newcastle do that as well?
4-3-3 though.
Oh, are you not?
No. Against West Ham, he was very clever, which is why you heard David Moyes say, I saw something today I never thought I'd see. I had no answer for what he did, which was pushing the fullbacks inside into midfield.
Mm-hmm.
And then that allowed the flow to go on for everybody else. Because Haaland has brought a whole brand new dimension to us. Because, like, for the Bournemouth game, for example, we had Bournemouth at a back six. So what you then do is, and normally you're having to, they would go in, swamp midfield and stop Kevin De Bruyne doing anything. But what Haaland did, because everyone made a big issue of Haaland only having 8 touches. But what people didn't realise was Haaland, when he's on the edge of the box, there's 3 or 4 players around him instantly. Because they're now going, right, hang on, we've got to stop anything going to Erling Haaland.
Yep.
But then that completely frees up Kevin De Bruyne. And then what was happening was they're pushing up to Haaland, and De Bruyne's going, I've got the freedom of the Etihad here. Thanks very much. Because they can't. And then when they go to Kevin, then Gundogan's got the freedom. Or Bernardo, whoever you play. And then there's not enough players where they can put 2 and 3 on each of these players. They can't do it. So at some point you've got to gamble. If you have a go, you're going to get caught in behind from Ireland like West Ham were. Because the first time West Ham was sort of keeping it tight, then the second half, they pushed. First time we did it, De Bruyne goes, see ya, ball through, Haaland goal.
Mm-hmm.
But then if you don't do that, you do what Bournemouth did, and De Bruyne just runs at you and puts the ball in the net.
Yeah.
So you're sort of damned if you do and damned if you don't, really, at the moment.
Yeah. Another player I've got to come on to you. Do you think this one's a massive loss? Sterling that's got to Chelsea as well.
That's a hard one. I've never seen a player split a fan base like he has this summer. Really split the fan base. In terms of a lot of fans are glad to see the back of him.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of fans thinking, like myself, how do you just replace 17 goals and 12 assists in a season?
Yeah.
But then everyone just comes back, well, we got Haaland. So you sort of sat there going, well, I mean, I'd love to have kept him. The money he was demanding, no. What KDB money? Now, KDB money, for anyone who doesn't know, was 350 grand a week, slightly maybe a touch more. He's our highest earner. Despite what you read in the papers of us giving Haaland 500, 600, 700 grand a week, he's not. Haaland is on bang the same money as Kevin De Bruyne is. So Sterling wanted that. Sterling only had a year left. The bit of falling out between him and Pep, I think he needed to go in a way. I'd love to have kept him, but he needed to go to kickstart his career back again. Unfortunately, it sounds obvious. He got a bit stale at Manchester City. He had gone stale. And to me, when a player, I said to him about Bernardo, and we've got this philosophy at the club, you don't want to be there. As long as we can get a good fee, see you, there's the door.
There you go.
We're not going to do what Brighton did with Cucurella and go, no, you're all right. You'll stay no matter what until we get a stupid amount, which is fair. That's their player. But we don't do that. If we feel that it's a fair deal, they go. That's all we say to him. There's not a problem. Same with Zinchenko. Same with Jesus. Same with Sterling. Same with everyone who's left us. There's been, I mean, including EDS, there's been about 14, 15 departures this summer out of Manchester.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, we've only brought 5 or 6 in.
Well, there's still time for more.
No, we're done. We're done. We're done.
David, well, fair enough. David's a shame on you with your sky blue city top. Well, it's that one-off one we wore last Saturday against Brighton away, which I wouldn't say it's really sky blue, but it fits better than the actual kit.
Lovely shade of blue, that.
This is a question. From Ryan, will Haaland win a UEFA Champions League before Mbappe does? Wow.
I have no idea. And I have no idea because signing Haaland does not guarantee you, no player can guarantee you a Champions League. No player can. They can near enough maybe guarantee a league. They can't guarantee a Champions League because everyone forgets the Champions League is just a cup competition.
Yep.
And it's who you're drawing against.
Well, so
look, you know, everyone told me Liverpool were this great team last year, which they were, but who did they play after the quarterfinals?
Yeah,
you got exactly. Inter Milan, Benfica. I'm sorry, we were getting Real Madrid and everyone we were having to chop through. The year we got beat by Chelsea in the final, we got told we were playing the best football in Europe. But we got beat. What we had to do it the highway. We beat Dortmund, beat PSG, beat Real Madrid again. So and we didn't get to we got to the final and we got beat. It's a cup competition. It's why
it is high.
Sadly, I don't put a lot of stock in the Champions League. I don't because until they change the format back to the way it was, where it's champions only, and they make it a proper champions thing. I think it's all money now. It's all money, and I call it, which people laugh at me, but I call it a European FA Cup. That's to me what it is.
Yeah, I think I've seen some of that before as well. Who's more like? Was the one? Jesus is thriving at Arsenal, which we put in a bit beforehand. Well, he got his move to Arsenal, but who's more likely to win the Champions League, Man City or PSG again? Is
spin of a coin. It all depends. It's spin of a coin. Porto won it. Remember, I'm old enough to remember Borussia Dortmund in '97 winning it with Paul Lambert. So, you know. The best team in Europe doesn't always win it.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a one from White Trout. He says, Haaland's good, but he's no Niall Quinn.
He's taller than Niall Quinn.
Oh, yeah. He is, he really, really is as well. Okay, guys, if you are enjoying this, live preview, please do stick the thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel or if you're enjoying the content, not yet subscribed. As well, you can donate as well through Super Chat as well, and if you would like to become a member as well, click the join button as well. And of course, Martin's channel is down in the description, the Mancunian Way. They do some really good content on there, so feel free to drop them a subscribe as well. How far are you? Are you around about 700 subscribers?
Yeah, near enough. We're trying to get on to 1,000. We've not been going long. Just saw a bit our 1 year, but we're a bit stop-start at the beginning. So we're sort of got into it now. So, yeah, we're trying to trying to get to 1,000 as quick as we can and, see where it takes us. But we're doing it as a bit of a hobby and fun. And
that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about in terms of doing YouTube. It's more like enjoying. I'm
not in it
interact.
Trying to do it as a full-time job like others.
No,
I mean, good luck to them. Listen, good luck to them, and I wish them all the best. So someone's mentioning King Clancy now. My favourite all-time player.
Celtics won the Champions League. Yes. Well, you can talk about that one, Martin. How well would
I don't think he gets in it. I'd love to say he would, but I don't think he gets in it because his work rate wasn't there. Pep Guardiola wouldn't have his work rate, sadly. Amazing player, sublime on the ball.
Yeah.
You know, I remember that game 96 against Charlotte in the 3-3 at Main Road, and he ran the show. Ran the show. But once we got down to the lower leagues, he wasn't interested, sadly. Interested.
Yeah. Paul says, my request to bet for Wilson to have no touches of the ball first half. Well, I think he'll have touches. It depends how many chances he gets. We need to provide him with a service.
Can I ask you a question? I'm just saying.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm having issues with my green screen. Let me just move back to my normal screen, mate. It was only because I've seen it on certain things. In terms of, I don't know, where's my camera gone? Can you hear me still?
Yeah, I can still hear you, man.
Yeah. So I don't know why I've suddenly gone out. There was something wrong with my background then, which I don't know why happened. There we go. Right. Sorry about that. It was just something I've seen on other Newcastle channels and looking at other fans. There seems to be a bit of disappointment in some aspects of your fan base of not buying, not spending 200, 200, you know, the big boys that I thought you wanted. Is that sort of was it just the giddiness of the takeover and getting rid of Ashley? Or
I think it could have been, but all these fans thought, we're going to spend so much money straight away. Well, it doesn't work like that.
We thought exactly the same, by the way. I'm not having a
problem. Because it doesn't work like that now.
No,
really, in football. I mean, it doesn't. I think a lot of our fans were just we've got this takeover now. We've got one of the richest owners now. We're going to splash out loads of money on loads of new signings. Well, it's not going to be like that straight away. Well, considering FFP's in place, but some clubs we know kind of follow it as well. But there you go.
I think it's difficult. It's difficult because I look at it and I think, because when we did our preview the other day on our channel, I mentioned about this. People thought I was having to go at Newcastle, and I wasn't. All I ever said is, I think it's going to be a 10-year journey. Because I heard something on radio, the national one. I won't mention the name because I never call them the proper name. I call them Talk Smiles.
I know you're about there.
They were talking about, is Newcastle going to be challenging City in 3 to 4 years? I'm like, no. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. I mean, for me, I'm so happy. I was over the moon when you got taken over by Ash, because I think your fan base deserves the loyalty that you've kept and everything you've got behind. You deserve success. You deserve a good owner who looks after the club. But the trouble is, I've said this, a takeover doesn't guarantee anything anymore.
No.
Everton got taken over, spent 500 million and near enough got relegated nearly. So QPR got taken over and couldn't do anything. These stupid rules that UEFA put in, and they are. Luckily, we were lucky because we got in before the drawbridge went up.
Yeah.
As soon as we got taken over, we went spending the drawbridge goes up, then they put the FFP in place then. And now they've come out with this UEFA financial sustainability rule, which is like 70, 80, 90%. Obviously, you'll be able to spend, but you're going to have to work out your sponsors, get bigger sponsors, get bigger everything else. Then you can start working on your bigger wages, your bigger signings. And it's just, for me, because I've got a mate of mine who's Newcastle, and I just said, just enjoy it. Enjoy the ride. It may take a long time because he said to me, he went, we're going to catch you and take you over. And I went, City and Liverpool aren't just going to stand still while you're building.
Well, that's it. Yeah, I mean, it's a steady process.
Newcastle building, everyone stops. It's like, we're going to keep adding. So I think it's wonderful you got taken over. I really do. I'm not into this Oil FC. You're going to have to get thick skins. Told you that. You're going to have to, because you'll get so much hate by everyone. You don't deserve that. Oil FC, You'll be told you shouldn't. I've even been told I shouldn't support my club anymore because I've got no human rights issues.
Yeah.
I don't believe in human rights because I support Manchester City. What a load of guff.
Yeah,
but that's what will happen, and it's you've got to unite as a fan base and become
well.
one.
That's it.
Because you will get so much hate thrown at you.
Exactly. I mean, like during the Ashley times, our fan base was so against each other at times, but it was down to the ownership. It was just there was no ambition at the club. A lot of the ground, it looked like it being part of it was like it being in an old, like a tin shed at one point. All the rust, no paintwork inside the Gallagher, and now it's all completely refurbished. That had never been done under Mike Ashley. The training ground had never been upgraded during Mike Ashley as well. We had players in paddling pools and wheelie bins doing cool downs in there, etc. But the new owners, they're again working away of a refurbishment, which I think is apparently going to definitely going to take place as well. So it's not just the squad; it's the whole of the club and all the other things which they're working on.
Didn't Amanda Staveley come down to the CFA and have a look round it? And because I think your new training ground you're looking at, isn't that sort of built on some of our plans as well?
No. Yeah, I think it was something like that, yeah. Yep. Liam says YouTube made a job, don't care what anyone says. That's like saying being a porn star is a job. The fact is some people do maybe have it as a job because they can't do a job in a way, but it's their choice. But we do support if that's what people want to do, of course.
Oh yeah. No, I'm just saying I don't do it as a job. It's just a hobby for me. I'll talk football and Manchester City all day long. Mate.
Yeah. Trent says that 3-3 main road was a bad team for us in that 95-96 season. God, yeah.
Yeah, sorry. I know we gave United the title. Well,
yeah,
you got Philippe Albert scoring, so you know.
Oh yes, have we had our marquee signing? I think we're still waiting for it. I never expect to spend big because football has changed since the Man City takeover. Yeah, we were told to be patient about the process. Time has passed by, and something we should be signing players here and there for 60+ million when they aren't worth it. Have money but can't turn over. Well, exactly. Yeah, it will come. It's not just about players. All little things you've done, like move statues, give women pay rise, and sort the training ground out. They totally get it. These new owners, absolutely. Again,
and that's all you can ask for.
Yep.
That's all you can ask for. To have owners that care and they're not trying to make a quick buck like certain other American lot down the road from us. That they will invest, and like it looks like they want to invest into the community as well, which Sheikh Mansour has done for the east side of Manchester's totally different now. Absolutely. Totally different than what it used to be. So, we've got a brand new arena being built next door to the Etihad now, which is going to be a cooperative arena, which is going to hold 25,000 people. Helped out by Sheikh Mansour's, lovely bars, everything. It's going to be state of the art. So everyone thinks it's always about the football, and it is about the football, but it's a project. This is a long-term project, and when it's finished, you'll look at it and think, "Wow," because you will get there. You will get there.
Yeah, absolutely. Liam says the same human rights people will watch the World Cup in Qatar who has a worse human rights record than Saudi Arabia. Absolutely. I mean,
just keep putting the petrol in the cars. Thank you very much.
Yes. I mean, don't make me rude, but Newcastle were not low in terms of Premier League status. We were top 5 almost in a decade. In the early years, people forgot the damage actually done at Newcastle. We did have that 1/5 finish under Pardew, but other than that, it was just battling relegation. And Mike Ashley was happily taking 17th at points, no matter where we were no matter where we finished safe in the table. That was it.
I think it happens because, like, say we're the first club to win a cup and European trophy in the same season.
Yeah, so
absolutely. I never buy into all this because you will get that as well. Oh, you've no history. You'll get that thrown at you. All your fan base has come since you've been taken over. You'll get all the rhetoric that we've had.
Yeah, it's like if people people wanted to stay away because under the Mike Ashley era, because they were sick of the club being ran to the ground. We also had a manager previously with Steve Bruce who couldn't set a team up, who played absolutely horrendous style of football. Fans are like, well, why should I pay all that money to go and watch that happening when I could just save and do whatever that is? But I said I would go back, which I did. But it's people's decision at the end of the day. I think they were just sick of the lack of ambition of the 14 years. So there you are.
So you should have been a City fan then when we were there. I was watching Peter Swell's football, and hey, we finished 5th under Peter Reid, and he sacked him. Tells you the great chairman we had at the time.
Yeah,
I was in the Premier League. Like, forget it.
Yep, all the takeovers doing is restoring our status. Yeah, and Liam says, I've seen people say Glazier's done more damage to Man United than Ashley did to us. Thoughts? Go on.
That's a hard one. Because I don't mean, because you got to look where United were and where they've gone to. That's all I mean by that is you were still, yes, you weren't relegated, but you came back. United have gone from winning trophies year after year to absolutely nothing, which is quite funny actually for us. I think the issue is with, I'd probably say yours was slightly worse. It's a difficult one. And I don't mean it. It really is a difficult one for me. And I'm going to say it because I live in Manchester. I've seen what it's done to United fans. It's funny for me. I do. I said it last night, actually. It's sad in a way because what we're doing now with Liverpool, I didn't really want it with Liverpool. I'd have loved this with United, what we're doing right now. I'd the same way you'd probably love a battle with Sunderland if you first and you're battling it out, and you want to battle it out with your rivals. As much as you hate them, you want to battle. That year when we won the trophy, when we won the league under Mancunian in the 93-20 moment, that meant so much because it was them.
Yeah,
we knocked United down, and we did it against Liverpool. But I can tell you now, against United, it was so much more, so much more, and they're unrecognisable now. They're still the biggest team in England. I'm not going to deny that, with the biggest fan base. But you can see all that changing now. It's slowly changing around. Children now are not buying United shirts. They're not buying, the players are now turning them down. It's quite, the only thing I don't agree with it is a crisis. United fans don't know what a crisis. 7th is not a crisis. One thing, it's not a crisis. Bloody hell, me and you would have took 7th. We'd have been.
Oh, 7th.
Yeah, we're all right with that. They're like 7th is thing. I think it's what's going on off the field as well. Old Trafford with the leaky holes in it, getting rained on in the seats, and because it's falling apart. Old Trafford, we call it Old Scaffold. It's falling apart, and what you're saying, you've got sponsors now willing to pull away from them. Players openly rejecting them. It's funny, but it's also sad. But I do find the funny side of it.
Yeah, you will do. It's the people have a go about human rights, but use Piff Pod platform to do it exactly. Even Liam says, "Where from fans want Steve Bruce out?" Because
I forgot he was there. I totally forgot.
He went. I think it was about February this year. He took a team from in a playoff position down to mid-table.
Are you surprised? You won't be surprised.
Yeah, exactly. This season, I think he's picked up 3. He's picked up 1 defeat and 3 draws, and his team are actually now sitting in the bottom 3 in the championship.
Yeah, I never understood it. I mean, saying that though, you got some decent results against us under Bruce.
Well, that was
just before COVID.
Yeah,
Shelby smacked it in. I was there.
Yeah, well, that was. Yeah,
because like I said, we've never say we've had a little bit of joy at St. James's Park, but I remember going up there year after year and coming away crying like I'm freezing cold and I'm going away with out again. The only joy we got was, what was it, a Coca-Cola Cup at the time, and we had the FA Cup game that we went up when we were in the first division, and you know, it's the only time we've ever really done, and we got beat that night as well, but we played well. That was when Keegan first returned back. But we don't always, it's not always been a joyful place to come up to your gaff. So Sunday's going to be really, really tough. It's not going to be just turn up on the pitch and win. I'll tell you that now. If we're going to win, we're going to have to earn it big time.
Yeah, that's it. 2 relegations, going from finishing second in the top 5 for 5 years is very bad, if I do say so myself. All I see, the Glaziers' fault is they listen to the Man United fans, they put the money down, and it's the mob that call for a new manager every season, slap it up from them. The thing is, with Man United's side, a lot of that team, I think it's rank bad. I think the midfield is dire for a start. Fred, McTominay, I think Fred's an awful player. McTominay is just a very bang average player. Harry Maguire's not justified his price tag at Manchester United, even though
Which
the ball
we walked away from the Maguire deal.
Yeah,
because we were in at 60 million. City had bought him, but yeah, I mean, in a way, United were sort of, they're like that school kid who copies your test sheet. You know, every signing we were going after, United came in and offered, you know, wheelbarrow full more money. But I mean, like, I just think it's rotten to the core there. I just think it's rotten, and I think they will get taken over. I thought the Elon Musk thing was funny. That just put the cherry on the cake for me. I thought even Elon Musk is taking the mick out. You know, it's funny, and it's the might, as I called it, the mighty have fallen, and it couldn't have happened. But there is a tinge of you know, I wish they'd have been competing with us. But like this weekend was the best when we were top and they were bottom. Oh, that was the best weekend ever, because that was like, never in my lifetime was I ever going to think that would happen.
Yeah.
It was quite funny.
If a third relegation happened to us, we would have become another Birmingham City at best. If we was under Mike Ashley, I think we would have been, because he just ran the club and just then wiped his hands with it. Maguire, every other team's 12th man. Yeah, man, you do splash the cash. The problem is they've never been the same since the academy players started to fade out. Well, they haven't, have they?
As we call them down here, it's Instagram football. They basically buy Instagram footballers.
Yeah.
Again, with Casemiro.
Yeah, even if Man United get new owners, I don't think they'll catch City again, according to Liam.
No, they will. They will. I'm an honest City fan. I'm not one of these who thinks United will never. You've met Rich, and he thinks they're going to get relegated with a bit of tongue in cheek, and I'm like, no. As soon as they get taken over, they'll come back. They will.
Yeah, I think they will.
They're too big not to come back. You know, they are, but I don't think they can call us the noisy neighbours anymore. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, absolutely. Paul said, I remember when they called Skulls back. Yeah, they did that. I even seen a comment on social media one time saying we need Mason Greenwood back in the side. I think that was a bit of a desperation there from them. I've got my bit, but that man's they're not going to. I don't know what I'm not going to say any more about the Mason Greenwood situation.
Media. We've had the exact same over a certain left back of ours. So don't worry.
Yeah, my late grandfather called them the 90-day wonders. Yeah, Man United's potential new owners are worth 10 billion, but
not potential new owners. Elon Musk ain't going in there.
Yes, that's absolutely. Well, there you are. I mean, yeah, well, there you are. Is this takeover going to happen? But we don't know. But anyways, back to the game. What do you think Pep's start lineup is going to be on Sunday, Martin?
Oh, Edison in goal.
Yep.
Kyle Walker. Yeah, Walker at right back. João Cancelo will play left back. Nathan Ake will play because he has started the season like a man-possessed Nathan Ake.
Interesting.
Absolutely man-possessed. He's been our best centre-back so far this season. I know it's only 2 games, but we're talking about a lad who was nearly on the verge of joining Chelsea 4 weeks ago.
Yeah, he was ready.
And because they couldn't agree a fee, he's ended up staying. But Pep loves him. Pep absolutely adores Ake. He says he's a nice guy, and that's also important to Pep. He likes people who are true gentlemen, nice people. He won't have, as his words, he won't have cancers in the dressing room. That's why City won't go out and get a Ronaldo or a Neymar. Or he won't have that in our dressing room. It's not an ego trip, because then you get what we all saw at PSG the other day when you've got Mbappe having his little paddy on the side of the pitch, and you're like, well, you signed all these egos. You get what you get given, sorry. I've got a feeling it'll be John Stones and not Diaz. I think Diaz will be dropped. Because he's not started the season very well.
And I appreciate he scored against us when you beat us 4-0 last season as well.
Was it Boxing Day?
It was just before. It was before Christmas.
Was it just before? I know it was Christmas time. Rodri will play.
Yep.
Oh, this is where we get the tricky part. Does he put Bernardo back in? I'm going to say Bernardo plays. I'm going to say Bernardo comes back in. Kevin De Bruyne. And then you're at your 3. Haaland will play. Foden will play. And I think it'll be Grealish.
Oh, so you might go with Grealish with the whole Miggy Almiron situation. Well, it's got
and he said last week that's why he subbed Foden to get Grealish on. Because Grealish was great at West Ham. He was just poor against. He didn't do a great second half against Bournemouth, but against West Ham, he was pretty decent. But I think I don't have a lot of faith in Mahrez. That's my problem.
Okay, well,
Mahrez is not my cup of tea. Sorry.
Again, that was a player who did score St. James's last season as well. Riyad Mahrez. Liam thinks Man City to go unbeaten the whole season. No.
Listen, I'm not one of these Liverpool fans who thinks we've won the league and it's game over. No.
Yeah. For Newcastle side, I think this will be my starting 11. In goal, Nick Pope. Right back, Kieran Trippier. In the centre backs, Fabian Schär, Sven Botman. Left back, I think Eddie Howe is going to stick with 4-3-3. Actually, left back, Matty Target if he's available. But if not, I think Byrne will play there, who I thought did a good job against Brighton. The midfield 3, I think, will be Bruno, Joe Linton, and Joe Willock. And the attacking 3 will be Almiron, Miggy, ASM, and Wilson in the middle. So that's what I think Eddie Howe is going to go with as well. I think he will stick with.
How do you think you can get some out of us? I'm not saying you won't. I'm just saying, what have Newcastle got to do in your eyes?
I think we've just got to have a go and try and attack us the best we can. Because if we go defensive, we'll just get carved apart. So the only way to do is try to attack Man City and see what we can do with them. We did it against Arsenal at the end of last season. We attacked them from the full 90 minutes and we got a result out of that, a 2-0 win. I think that's what we've got to try and do against Hughes Lot on Sunday if we are going to get anything out of the game at all. So that is it. But anyway, guys, we're going to wrap up there in a moment. What we'll do now is we'll get score predictions for Sunday. Martin, go on, start us off for the scores.
I hate doing score predictions because it either makes you look great or makes you look really stupid by the end. I'm going to go 3-1.
3-1, Man City.
I think both clean sheet records go on Sunday for both teams. But I think it'll be 1-0 to us. you'll equalise, and then the second half, I think we'll put too much pressure on. And I think the substitutions will be too much in terms of fresh legs quality coming on with Alvarez and people like that.
Interesting. My score prediction, I'm going to say 2 apiece. I'm going to say we'll grab a point out of the game, which I think will be good. Again, I think none of us will keep a clean sheet. The not conceding goals is going to end at some point. It's going to end at some way in the season. But if we take the game, cheers, on Sunday, you never know. It's going to be a very interesting one. But I think a 2-2 draw will be good.
I'm really looking forward to it. I find this game very intriguing. I really do. And it could quite easily be 2-2. I think this year you're going to see a very topsy-turvy Premier League. I think this World Cup is going to play a massive part in it. And the way I look at it anyway, I look at it as 2 seasons in one.
Yep, it's certainly.
Because I think we'll have that rest and then go again after the World Cup.
Yep. I was going to say, Martin, are you doing any coverage on the channel for the game as well?
No, we've done our pre-match. We're doing the post-match Sunday night, which you're more than welcome to come on, mate, if you're free.
I'll see what I can do, yeah.
But yeah, we are definitely doing a post-match. So win, lose, or draw, any of your subscribers, any Newcastle fans, come and join in. Have a bit of banter, have a bit of a laugh, win, lose, or draw. And just because, trust me now, City and Newcastle, we're very, very similar in a fan base. I think we have that northern sense of humour. And we just enjoy our football. And the one thing we both do is we don't support our teams through glory or anything. It's supporting the teams because we're born with it. And it's inside us. And no matter what, that will never leave. Newcastle and City fans, I've always said this, they'll watch the grass grow at their stadiums. That's how much they cared about their teams. So, by all means, come and give us a watch over at the Mancunian Way on Sunday. And, more than happy to join in. But pleasure being on, mate. Really good preview.
No problem.
I hope you enjoy the game, but not too much.
We'll see what happens after full time on Sunday as well. Well, then we'll wrap up the preview for there. And thank you again very much, Martin, for joining me for this match preview. As well, please do check out Martin's channel, the Mancunian Way. He does have a few other guys on there as well, but feel free to drop them subscribe. I've got the link down in the description as well, guys. Again, if you have enjoyed, please do stick the thumbs up, hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel, or if you enjoy the content, not yet subscribed. You can still donate to the channel as well, and you can, if you like, to consider becoming a member of the channel as well. You just click the join button as well. Again, don't forget to catch me back at 8 o'clock tonight for PD's football live show. Feel free to get yourselves on. We will be talking about the game from last Saturday against Brighton, but we'll be talking about the Man City game on Sunday as well, and all other news, football news in general as well. So feel free to get yourselves on for tonight as well. Definitely. Thank you so much, guys. And I shall see you in about nearly an hour's time. So until then, catch us until then. See you there.
Bye, guys.